What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and I got another game review for you, and this time I will be talking about the newest installment in the Assassin's Creed franchise, simply titled Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Now, I would just like to apologize that this review is a bit late, but I have been working on a whole number of different projects which will be coming in the future very soon, and just a couple of things in my own personal life which has been taking up a lot of my time. But I have had, which is why it took me so long to beat this game. Now, going into the overall story with a small little spoiler, this game actually acts as a prequel to Assassin's Creed 3, in which this time you'll be playing as the character known as Edward Kenway, who has some relative connections to another Kenway we all know. And basically, he is on the high seas, basically being a pirate or privateer. And at the beginning of the game, your ship gets shot to hell, and you end up washing ashore on this island, and you happen to run into a member of the Assassins. Apparently, this guy's up to something, and there's a little bit of a struggle, and you end up killing him, and you end up just stealing his clothes. So basically, the beginning of the game, you're not even part of the Assassin Order, and that's what I really liked about the beginning with Edward Kenway and how this whole game started, is that aside from all the other assassins, as in basically something happens to them and they find out that someone they know was part of this Assassin's Creed order, he knows nothing about the assassins. He doesn't want anything to do with them. He's just stealing this guy's clothes, and he basically just wants to make life better for himself. So he heads off to wherever this assassin was going. He goes through this location, and he finds that this assassin was apparently about to defect to the Templars and give him access to this key, which would give them access to this location called the Observatory, which, I don't want to get into detail, but apparently this Observatory is the key to apparently winning the war between the Assassins and the Templars, and that's really all I want to talk about in terms of story. Now, over the course of this game, you will run into many iconic pirate characters involving Blackbeard, Jack Rackham, and Bonnie, Mary Read, and surprisingly, I actually know quite a bit about pirate history, or at least Pirates of the Caribbean, so it was a real treat for me to actually interact with some of these characters, and it was also known to really see how their story plays out, because I actually do know the fate to some of these characters, and so it was really interesting to play through some of these historic moments. But before I continue with the gameplay, I have to show you a quick clip from a review I did about a year ago. And I'm going to emphasize that not only did they improve on this quality in gameplay mechanic, but they expanded upon it to the fullest. So here's the clip. But the biggest addition to this game by far, and probably the best thing that this game has going for it, is by far the naval combat, which is a new addition, and I thought was so fantastic it could have been its own game. Yes, they brought the naval combat back, and not only did they bring it back, but they expanded it to pretty much make an entire game based around it, which is exactly what I wanted for the next installment of Assassin's Creed games. So it's like the fact that they were listening to the fans who said that Assassin's Creed 3 wasn't that great, but that the best thing about it was the naval combat. And so I have to give serious props to Ubisoft to not only listening to their fans, but actually giving us more of what we loved, and in so many unique ways. There's so many qualities to the naval combat that to talk about it, I would have to make a whole separate video about how awesome it is. But trust me, it is not only one of the best qualities of this game, but it's truly what makes it unique and really stand apart and makes it just downright addicting. Now, going into the land gameplay outside of naval combat is, it plays pretty much like any other Assassin's Creed game. If you've played any of the previous installments, then you know exactly what to expect. These worlds are very well designed in detail. The look of the worlds is vastly unique. The character AIs actually do respond like normal people. I would say the enemy AI is highly intelligent at times. There's a great variety of enemies. These guys do know how to plan out attacks. There's great variety of stealth moves and new equipment that you can use to assassinate people. There's just so much good about this game. It's crazy. This game is almost flawless. However, if there's any one solid problem that I did not like about Assassin's Creed Black Flag, it is the same problem that I've had with all these Assassin's Creed games, and that is that it is all done in the Animus. I'm sick of this whole Animus storyline. I mean, I have to ask, do any of you guys actually care about this storyline taking place in our present time? Because I'm not. Because this time, you're not really playing as Desmond. I guess we're supposed to be playing as ourselves, and apparently we're this developer working for this company who creates these, like, holographic, like, dream, like, Matrix-like world and, like, environments, and we're basically just doing research for them. And the whole time when you're walking around, you have this tablet just kind of at the bottom of your corner, and you get to use it to walk around this building and get to hack computers and look at information. And apparently, I don't know, you get to see a couple characters from the other Assassin's Creed games, but they're not in the game at all that much. And there's some ridiculous side storyline, which I'll be honest, I wasn't even paying attention. But anytime I had to leave the Animus to go back into the real world, I really hate it because I was getting, the story is done so well. I was getting just so hooked onto it that to be taken out of it to deal with this side stupid story I have nothing about, it just constantly annoyed me. However, the good thing about being in the present world is I think at a maximum I think there's like maybe 40 minutes of gameplay total, which pretty much gives you over 20 plus hours of being in the Animus and playing as Edward Kenway, which is basically what you are here to play this game for. As you can tell, I was absolutely blown away by Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It is not only my next newest favorite Assassin's Creed game, but I would even consider it to be probably one of the best games for this current gen, leading into the next gen. Now, I didn't play this on PlayStation 4, I played this on PlayStation 3, so I'm pretty sure there's not a serious graphical leap, and I'm sure the gameplay just works just as well on 4 as it is on PlayStation 3, but if you have not played this game, definitely go out and buy it. This is not a rental game, this is a you have to own type of Assassin's Creed game. If I could pick any Assassin's Creed game to recommend to anyone to play, it would be this one, which is why I am more than happy, I'm ecstatic, and I'm proud to give Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag a 9.5 out of 10. Just take this Animus stuff out and I would have given a perfect 10. If you like this game review, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to check for me in my future movie, video game reviews, and topic videos like this one. And if you would, you can also press one of the links in the description down below to follow me on Twitter or friend me on Facebook, and I will be sure to friend you and follow you back. Like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you next time.